There are a bunch of hidden features in the PS5 that Sony hasn't really shouted about just yet, so we're going to run you through 9 of them. Let's go. Profiles have been revamped on PS5. On the overview page, you get a quick look at everything going on with that person's PS5 profile, including a look at the new accolades. If you're familiar with the endorsement system in Overwatch, these might look familiar. They're there to encourage a positive PlayStation community, and you can give 1 accolade per match when playing online. The PS5 also finally shows you how many hours you've played a certain game for, and unlike the Switch, which waits a few days before it gives you that figure, it shows you right away. This is also retroactive for PS4 games. Profiles also have a tab that collates every screenshot or video you've ever shared via your linked social networks, so if you want to revisit that play of the game that really popped off, it's right there for you. If you're fed up of having to invert controls or change difficulty settings each time you boot up a game, the PS5 now has a system-wide solve for that. In Settings, Save Data and Game App Settings, Game Presets, you can choose your preferred difficulty level, whether you play in performance mode or resolution mode, whether you invert your camera or not, and your subtitle preference. Right now, this only works with games that support this feature, but it's very cool nonetheless. You might notice that the DualSense controller has a nice grip. Look closely and you'll see that it's actually made up of tiny PlayStation symbols. But that's not the only place you can see them. Look on the inside of the console's faceplates. If you tap the PlayStation button to bring up the control center, then tap the options button, you'll be able to customize what appears on the bar, meaning you can quickly pin things like accessibility, broadcast, network, and music options. If you want to reserve your internal PS5 storage for PS5 games, you can set the console to always put your PS4 games on extended storage. If this isn't enabled, you can't choose where a game gets installed when you start installing it. You also can't install PS5 games or move them onto an external hard drive, just FYI. You can change your privacy options way more easily on the PS5, as there are now a number of various privacy profiles that limit what you share publicly. There's a privacy profile that opens everything up, meaning pretty much everything you do can be visible to others, privacy profiles that keep your activity friend focused, and there's one that hides everything you're up to. You can now favorite screen grabs or video clips, which makes them show up in a different tab when browsing the media gallery. Screen grabs when trophies are earned look different, with a new border that shows the name of the trophy and its rarity. By default, the PS5 captures a 14 or 15 second long video each time you earn a trophy, which you may want to turn off if you're interested in saving space. The PS5 game library has seen some changes to ease navigation. For starters, you can now quickly filter by platform, so you can see all your PS3, 4, or 5 games in one spot. It's also now much easier to see where you got a particular game from, whether it's the PlayStation Store, PS Plus, or PS Now. You can also see at a glance where you have each game installed, which is particularly useful if you use external storage a lot. You can also use the game library to quickly access demos or PS4 versions of PS5 games you have attached to your account. The PlayStation 5 has a few more accessibility options than the PlayStation 4. When you first boot up the console, the screen reader is on by default in its setup.
Speech speed. Normal.
You can also set up the console to convert voice chat to text, and even to read your written chat messages to other players. When using the PS5 keyboard to input text, tap R1 to autocomplete. You can also hit L3 to use emojis. So there we are, 9 hidden things you didn't know your PlayStation 5 could do. For more on Sony's brand new console, keep it GameSpot.